Today, I'm in the poorest area of the poorest county in the United Kingdom. Areas of this town sit in the top 1% for deprivation in the United Kingdom.
The town of Penzance is the most westerly town in the country and sits right next to Land's End at the southern tip of the UK.
Years ago, Penzance was amongst the wealthiest places in the country, but over time, with the fall of industry, is now home to a number of the poorest neighbourhoods in the United Kingdom. Things have seemingly got so bad here in Penzance, people refer to the place as Brown Town due to the amount of substance abuse issues that take place here. But how much truth is there behind the rumours and headlines? To find out for myself, I've headed to Penzance to visit these neighbourhoods, speak to the locals and spend time with a leading community charity in the area to better understand the issues at play. I've now arrived, I'm on the outskirts of Penzance, I'm just heading down the hill into the main town centre. About 3 months ago, I filmed a documentary in the Cornish town of St Austell. Off the back of that, I was inundated with messages telling me to come and visit Penzance, or Brown Town as people kept referring to it. I then began to look into Penzance and I was shocked at the statistics that I was finding. One thing I have noticed on all of the lampposts on the road down into the main town centre is an alcohol control zone. Well, let's head down into the town centre and see what that's got to offer. I've now arrived at one of the main shopping streets here in Penzance. You can hear a load of commotion going on just ahead of me to the right, so let's go and take a look. Oh goodness me. Looks like the police are out there as well. What's going on? She's arrested. I don't want to aggravate the situation by taking the camera down too close to the scene of what's ever going on, but we'll try and get a bit closer. Crazy. Oh, it's alright, mate. Is this normal?
Hey.
Normal in Penzance?
The shoot got done. Giving them a job. An old lady caught her.
Oh, she was giving someone...
No.
Oh, wow.
And the old lady caught her. That's what she's arrested for.
That's what she's been arrested for?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, got it.
There's the man with the white... The thing that popped in there.
Yeah.
In the other out. From the gate in.
Yeah.
That's why she get the job for.
No way.
There you go. He's right there.
Oh, my...
I'll give you that information. Can you leave me shame?
Goodness me. Yeah, that's not...
Old lady, imagine it.
Imagine that, yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing that.
It's all over with him.
That is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, bless you. Thank you for that information. Well, there you go, guys. You've just heard it yourself. Why she was arrested. Wow. I'm lost for words, and that does not happen often. That's definitely the first time I've come across that. Wow.
They do have, with drinking all that, do have a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were just screaming, shouting, broke a bottle on the ground, and police have turned up.
Yeah, it does happen.
Alright, okay, yeah, because they're just behind us now, so obviously don't want to cause too much of a commotion, but okay.
You know, vulnerable people in need of a lot of help.
Bless you, yeah, and there is a lot of community help within Penzance as well, isn't there? I have noticed that.
Yeah, and actually, as a church, because I'm part of St Mary's, we have a night church, which is to help, it's a lot of it's hospitality, where we get a lot on the fringes. It's for anybody to come, but we get a lot of those that are on the fringes to
Interesting. So are you finding more working families then coming to use your services now?
Not only families, people that are homeless.
Yeah.
But we do help those families that are actually also on the low-income families.
Yeah, it's really difficult to word it, isn't it? Because
low-income families that actually struggle. I mean, that's a different thing that we do as a church. But for the those on the fringes, I say on the fringes because some of them aren't actually homeless, but they don't. They have a lot of mental health issues.
Yeah.
They struggle with addiction.
Yeah.
And they do. There's things that we try to put in place for them.
Anyway, after all of that, I think I've arrived at the main high street here in Penzance now. You can see shops to my left, to my right. It's probably worth mentioning that a couple of years ago, Penzance received over £20 million from the government's Towns Fund to update the high street, so let's take a look. Some closed down shops there on the left hand side, with a sign overhanging the high street saying Causeway Head, a bustling street full of independent shops. Today, I want to introduce you to a game changer in the world of productivity, the Plord Note from industry leaders, Plord AI. If you're tired of the hassle of taking notes during in-person meetings and trying to keep up with the conversation, the Plord Note has got you covered. It really is an all-in-one note-taking solution. So what makes the Plord Note stand out? First off, its AI-powered features. With smart suggestions and real-time collaboration, it helps you capture your ideas efficiently and work with your team seamlessly. Now, if you're a leader, imagine this. After a meeting ends, Plord transcribes the meeting content, generates a summary, and provides you with valuable insights. It even creates a to-do list, allowing you to instantly send task assignments via email to your colleagues. It's like having your very own secretary. Plord Note allows you to record, transcribe and summarise. The end result, exceptional transcription across a diverse range of industries. Boasting an ultra lightweight mag-safe design and 60 hours of standby battery charge, the game-changing Plord Note has over 1 million users worldwide. The intelligent design features of the Plord Note work seamlessly, whether you're on your phone, tablet or desktop. So your notes are always at your fingertips, no matter where you are. Check out the QR code on the screen or the link in the description below to get an exclusive offer just for my viewers. Use the code JOEFISH for an exclusive $10 off. Try Plord Note to unlock a world of productivity. It certainly is bustling. I've walked past a couple of closed down shops. In fact, look, there's some refurbishment going on over there. Got one closed down there. You may or may not have just caught that, but that was a deal taking place on the streets here in Penzance in the main high street. Another closed down one. But on the whole, it's not often you visit one of these quieter Cornish towns and the high street looks like this, in all honesty. Got another for let there, another one closed there, big one closed there, and a couple more down the bottom. Okay, there was slightly more closed down shops towards the bottom of this street. So I've been joined here with a resident, so tell me, you was just about to say.
The government, they're just useless. They don't care about us people. I'm getting sick to death of it. I really am getting sick to death of it.
It must be really difficult for you being a local and to see what's sort of going on in the towns within Cornwall and the lack of funding.
I used to go around walking at night time.
Yeah.
Right. But now I won't, because I've seen people with knives scares the hell out of you, and in the evenings, and it's like, I'm not going out anymore.
Goodness me, it's got that bad, really?
It's got that bad. I know I shouldn't say this, and people, yeah.
Oh, so it's new arrivals to the town that are bringing that alongside
I haven't seen before. What I don't get, I do get it. However, their business rates are higher than anywhere else in Cornwall.
So do you think business rates and things like that are killing Cornish high streets?
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
But it's quite worrying how you said about how you actually feel unsafe going around the town of an evening.
Of an evening, yeah.
That's quite shocking.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's just like, it's not good.
Well, thank you ever so much for your time today and for speaking out.
We have to, yeah.
Because
we have to.
If nobody talks about it, nobody knows about it, do they? Look, at the end of the day, if nobody raises awareness of what's actually going on in our towns and cities, then nothing's going to change. It's as simple as that. If nobody's bringing it to the awareness of the public, it's very easily swept under the rug, isn't it? That's why I do these videos, to raise awareness of what's actually going on in our towns and cities. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. There's good and bad everywhere. I'm fully aware of that. Trust me, I know. A couple more closed down shops just there, two next to each other. There is a number of closed down shops in this main high street here in Penzance. However, it's far from the worst high street that I've seen just in Cornwall. Many times you'll go to the market towns or the coastal towns in Cornwall and the high streets are absolutely dead. But here, I'd say the majority of shops are open. Yes, there are some closed down shops, but in all honesty, the high majority of them are open.
I have AIDS.
You have AIDS? Do you want to tell me more? Are you Penzance locals?
No, I am, yeah.
Oh, you're not? What are you doing down here then, mate?
Obviously the same reason as you, holiday.
Mate, I'd be honest with you, I just caught a live arrest just a moment ago.
Penzance just rough,
Yeah, mate, pretty crazy, isn't it?
Off of the Midlands, mate.
Where are you from then, in the Midlands?
Wolves.
Mate, have you seen what I've seen? Like, there is a lot of
Back. Do you know what it is?
yeah,
A lot of people
Yeah.
obviously need they're using as a way to lord.
is that right?
Think about it, say happens up country. Same system, it's just, it doesn't matter where it is, it's just the same system. Fair. Come in, baby.
Really?
But it's right though, isn't it? It's like this, you come out to London, alright. Where would these people, all the people coming down here? Like, Scowls, Rubbies, what's that? It is what it is.
So you think it's like the county lines things
Yeah.
taking grip?
Because they've got all the smack women.
Really?
Where's come from?
Yeah. Okay.
So they've flooded the town with it. It's just logic.
Of course, those accusations that he made are his views and not mine. However, it's slightly difficult to argue with him about some of his points. I hate to ask, but it helps tremendously when you like, comment and subscribe. When I film content like this, I want it to go out to as wide an audience as possible. And with your help, by liking, sharing, commenting, we can do that. Thank you. I'm now walking through the Penzance Quay area of Penzance town. This area is actually within the top 1% of deprived areas within the United Kingdom. In the UK, deprivation is measured using a combination of factors. These include income, employment, education and health. Areas are ranked to highlight those most in need. Penzance now finds itself with some of the most deprived neighbourhoods in the country. In fact, certain areas within the town rank in the top 1% of deprivation. The reality is even more shocking when it comes to child poverty, whereby over 65% of the children in Penzance are growing up way below the poverty line. Does it say, love wins? It's another one of the warnings on the lampposts about the alcohol. They're literally on every single lamppost. You can see the row of homes behind me. It's a bit bizarre, to be honest with you. The fact that this area of Penzance is in the top 1% for deprivation in the UK. However, if you was to walk down any one of the rows, you would have no idea that you were in one of the most deprived areas in the country. It's not like when you go to areas within Birmingham or on the outskirts of London where the deprivation and the poverty is really apparent. It's almost like it's hidden here. And that, I will say, is a testament to the community and also to the housing association that run these areas. Because to be fair, they're doing a very good job. The streets are very clean, the houses look all up together. You would never know, honestly. One of the big blocks of flats here, as I said, everything's up together, it's not hanging. Some of the houses opposite the road. We've got a tower block ahead with all of the bottom windows with steel shutters on. You can see all of the bottom windows and the doors all got steel shutters on. I've now arrived at the bottom of the hill of Penzance, down where the beach and the promenade is and the train station. In fact, you can see the train station sign behind me. Let's have a wander around down next to the beach area and the promenade. So I'm now on the main beach road, walking opposite the harbour and the beach area of Penzance. You can see shops behind me. There's a couple of cafes ahead as well. All looks very busy and very up together and very nice. Bloody hell, someone's smashed up the cash machine there, look. You can see right inside it. I've never seen a cash machine looking like that. The scenic beauty of Cornwall is why Cornwall is my favourite county in the United Kingdom. Just look at it, absolutely stunning. I love Cornwall, and that's why it's such a bitter pill to swallow when I come and visit Cornwall, when I go to quiet market towns and coastal towns, and I see the state of deprivation in these towns. You can can see a big fishing vessel behind me. You don't see many of those operating nowadays, do you? With the state of our fishing industry. The flat home. There, the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know if you can make it out, but in the distance there is St. Michael's Mount. You can see it just there, right in the middle of the screen, in the distance. So I'm now on Penzance Promenade. You can see behind me an outdoor swimming pool. I think it's salt water too. I think this is one of the last remaining saltwater lidos in the country.
I headed out of town to meet with two charity groups operating out of a nearby community hub on the outskirts of town to see what support is available to those most in need.
What would you say is your main role then within the community then? So what do you do?
It is connecting communities, because obviously not everyone's listening to phone calls or emails, and not everyone's connected to the internet. So gone back to sort of like the cold face, so to speak, and knocking on doors.
Oh.
It'd be like an Avon lady. So you've got about 250, 270 households that way. And then obviously it's knocking on door, putting leaflets through.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really lucky, you might get a bit of abuse now. I mean, I've been okay.
Yeah.
I've been all right so far.
Yeah.
You know, obviously knocking on door, making contact, and just saying, look, we're here. You know, pop down to John Daniel Centre or to link stuff up. So it's anything for obviously mental health, physical health. So we're sort of like bridge the gap and signpost people to where they need to.
Almost like a middleman, Sean, directing people to the services that are in the area.
Gap. So yeah, it's just connecting people, because obviously neighbourhoods and that, some are well connected, some aren't.
There's more community support programmes within Penzance than I've ever come across.
Yeah, I think probably because of obviously deprivation and stuff, because the thing is like, because the deprivation comes also from the fishing community as well.
Yeah, well, it's the fall of industry, isn't it?
You've got, CRCC, which runs the fishing and mature programme to obviously help fishermen and their families.
Are you seeing more and more sort of families, and even those that are working, now having to use services like the food bank, things like that?
My previous job, so I've been doing this similar work for about 9 years, so I've been heavily involved in funding before Household Support Fund for the cost of living crisis.
Yeah, and
there is a lot of it.
Are you seeing an increase then?
Yeah, and even NHS staff have been subject to it. A lot of people living in vans because they can't afford the house, and living in vans and using, like I said, food banks and other funding.
Just how important are projects like Growing Links and the Street Food Project within Penzance for the community?
It's like, this is like a safe and well hub as well.
Yeah.
So obviously within here we obviously have Growing Links, the Street Food Project, the community garden, but it's about connecting communities. Because obviously the Street Food Project is getting people to come in and have a meal.
Yeah.
Obviously people can take food away. So the idea is, like old family dinners, isn't it? Everyone gets round, has a meal after work.
Definitely. More your front alley, isn't it, is the street food kitchen aspect of the Growing Links. So how many people are you serving sort of an evening?
We probably look after about 40 of an evening.
Really?
And then between like 15 and 25 in the daytime.
Really?
So we've got some people that will come first thing in the morning, we open at 12, and we'll have people coming in, especially with the weather we've got at the moment, where it's just tiddling down.
Yeah, there's lots of tents and sleeping bags out drying in the drying racks at the moment, isn't there, in the main hub?
Just trying to get people warm and dry, tea and coffees on all day, and...
Bless you. It's a wonderful centre you've got going on here. Well, you told me a very touching story a moment ago about a lady that you do help.
Well, that's, when we was in our old building, I'd just arrived to open up, and there was somebody who'd been coming for food, and I sort of saw her there. I said, "Oh, hi," used her name. Said, "Oh, give us 2 minutes, I'll go in and get the kettle on." And she just burst into tears. I said, "Oh, we had a rough day and that." And she just said, "Oh, no, you just used my name." And she said she spent the whole day with people trying to avoid even eye contact. And it really, that one has stuck with me. That must have been about 3 or 4 years ago. And
Bless you. Bless you.
I still think about that one, and it is the whole thing of how far a smile can go, and
exactly
saying hello to someone.
Yeah, we're all humans at the end of the day, isn't it?
Well, we'd be no one without our volunteers. It's the volunteers that really hold it all together.
Yeah.
And other than that, we're open from 12 till 6 every single day. Christmas Day, every day we're open. At the moment, we've only got 3 paid members of staff. Other than that, it's all run totally by volunteers. We've got volunteer cooks, people that do a bit of laundry.
So you touched on the fact that you guys are pretty much donation led.
Yeah.
Where could my viewers potentially direct that to?
Yeah, we growinglinks.org.uk. We're on Facebook, we're on Insta, and yeah, we're obviously any donations are always very gratefully received. We don't have any proper funding. We're totally run by our volunteers. It is really humbling to know that there are so many people that care enough to give up their time and do the things they do to support us.
Well, thank you ever so much for the work that you do within the community, and thank you for giving me your time today as well.
Thank you.